Yakuza 3, my personal favourite game, one of my favourite PS3 exclusives.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Was threatening not to be released over here, but Sega have localised it. It's all Japanese voices with subtitles, but that's fine because it's such a distinctly Japanese game set in Japan. So the fact that there's no English voices doesn't matter. It's not GTA Tokyo as you might expect, although it does have big chunks of open city to explore. So essentially you are this man, Kazuma Kiryu, and you're trying to save an orphanage from being shut down by some local gangsters. And so you go out, you join, you're an ex-Yakuza, so you go back to your life of crime to save this orphanage. But between doing that, you can go out and explore in a Shenmue style. So you can go to the pub like there and get boozed up.
And then
start fights on the street. You can go to karaoke, you can take girls out, you can go to the arcade and play the UFO catcher machine or play like a shoot 'em up mini game. It's basically a big ton of stuff to do, all with the backbone of this great story with a great arc and like good motivation and amazing combat.
Whap!
Yeah, and really great combat, like a really great beat 'em up with like loads of unlockable combos and moves and stuff. And you can use weapons like that.
I mean, we back this. So this is a little sexy date bit, isn't it?
Yes, where you meet a lady and take her out.
But we backed this on the blog the other day and recommended everyone download the demo. Some people seem to really like the demo. A lot were quite put off, saying the combat was a bit clumsy. And do you think there's a sensation that the demo may not be reflective of what's good about the final game?
Well, I think there's a really long intro that really establishes everything, and like I think if you're not there from the start, and like because it's so story focused, if you're not really plugged into the story like from the start and know who everyone is, because there's a Yakuza 1 and 2 recap movie that's like 40 minutes long. So you watch that and learn what everything that's happened up until this point. And then you can just like really get into the story. Like it's one of the best stories in a game for a long time. And that Sega have done a really great job localizing it.
But the mechanics per se, I suppose they aren't that thrilling. Like here we're seeing quite a standard rhythm.
Oh yeah, no, like it's actually quite, the combat and stuff is quite simple until you unlock more abilities. But like this is just like a mini game. You don't have to do this.
But it's the eclectic nature of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's just it's just the weird surreal kind of very Japanese atmosphere, and like the idea of an ex-Yakuza thug singing karaoke. It's got really incongruous like violence and surreal elements.
It's an interesting game, and if we don't buy them, they're not going to keep coming out.